Come for a wee trip in the car and I will tell you what I say to friends when they're starting to feel overwhelmed. Teachers as a group are terribly plagued by self-doubt, by guilt, and the fear of being mediocre, of being not good enough, or of being found out. You meet the occasional eye specialist who'll tell you how fantastic they are at differentiation or what interesting homework they set, but they're few and far between. It's a job where not many people go home satisfied that they did a great job today, that they educated the hell out of these kids. Initially, teacher education, then monitoring and inspection, the process of self-evaluation and professional development, they all encourage reflective practice, which is great, but all too easily it becomes self-criticism. So here's what I tell a colleague when they're thinking they're not good enough. Nobody is as good as they want to be. Teaching as a career is a huge black hole which will suck up all your time and energy and the effort to be good enough, to have everything laminated and to have the really incisive questions planned for tomorrow. Your job is to define the time that you're happy to spend on that part of your life, and it is only one part of your life, somewhere between the infinite hours that it takes to be perfect and the 35 hours that they pay you for. Stop doubting yourself. You're more than good enough. The fact that you query your practice, that you consciously look after yourself, tells me that you are an innovative, conscientious and deeply committed practitioner. Nobody's perfect, not you and not no one else on either. There's a crack in everything, that's what lets the light in, as someone once said. Hopelessness and bitterness have dreadful physical effects at the cellular level as well as the macro. Learn to let go. Learn to forgive yourself and forgive other people. Laugh a lot and teach kids to laugh at stuff. It isn't an innate talent. Technique is important, of course, but it's overrated. Most of the things that matter in your teaching were decided for you long ago. You can tweak around the edges, sure, but ultimately, ask yourself, do I love learning? Am I enthusiastic? Am I empathetic? Oh, and if you do make a dreadful error, brilliant, model apologising. If you're worried about your technique, take a reality check. You're still doing the good stuff, but it's become as natural as breathing and you're not noticing anymore. Go and watch a colleague, non-judgmentally, learning rounds, something like that. Choose an area, positive behaviour management say, and note down everything they do in 10 minutes. You'll have 20 techniques written down. 2 won't fit you, and 3 you're going to take on and try. The other 15 you'll recognise as being in your current toolkit, and you'll come away positively affirmed. Take a technique you use well, or something you've done well, something you're proud of. Take it to a teach meet or a pedagogy event, and the gratitude of your colleagues will uplift you. You need to learn to take a compliment. We are dreadful in this country at taking compliments. If someone praises the way you dealt with a behavioural issue, or they like your waistcoat today, don't do the automatic thing and say, oh, that old thing, You might need to practice. This is a formula that I practiced with. Say, thank you, you're very kind. And teach your kids to say it. Again, it's not something that comes naturally. Choose your attitude every day. Every morning, I sing on the stairs on the way up to my classroom. A, because the acoustics are great. B, because I've got very little control over how the day is going to be. But I can choose to feel confident. I can choose to be patient and kind. I can choose to be supportive. When you've had a terrible time with some kid, and you will have a terrible time with some kid, ignore the colleague who tells you not to take it personally. It is personal. You are the person that child is daring to trust, and she needs to test that trust to destruction. If your reaction is unkind and impatient, that confirms what she thought she knew about adults. Meet them where they are. Reward effort rather than outcome. I praise the kid who manages to get himself from an imposing and threatening stance to a quietly engaging one, much more than I praise the kid who's been harmoniously engaging all morning. And be very upfront about that. Make sure the kids know it, make sure the kids can explain it. That's closing the gap. Find a little oasis of calm in your day. There's different ways to do that. You might undertake a small, achievable task, some unpleasant form that you've been putting off, or tidy your desk. Go for a walk if you can. In the school, go and visit some other classrooms. Have lunch with your colleagues. Listen to music very loudly from your youth. It doesn't need to be silent. Not everyone enjoys silence. You might find that your still small voice is an insufferable pain in the neck and you might not want to spend time with that person. Don't criticise or condemn. Call attention indirectly to mistakes. Talk about your own mistakes. Give honest appreciation and sincere appreciation. And teach kids how to do that. It's really important that they know how to do that. Have the other person want to succeed for themselves, not for you. Be genuinely interested. Smile and teach them how to do it. You might have to hold a pencil in their mouth. Use people's names, listen to people, talk in terms of the other person's interests, not your own. What's in it for them to do it, not what's in it for you. And always, always make the other person feel important, but do it sincerely. If you find that your life is getting taken over by marking, then you're doing something terribly wrong. Have your learners trained to self-assess and to peer assess. Set tasks that they'll enjoy assessing. What can they make, say, write or do to show they're learning? The motivation needs to be internal. Planning shouldn't be onerous. Be responsive to learners' needs and their interests, and the outcomes will look after themselves. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. Don't be afraid to wing it. If you've got good relationships in your classroom, these are often the very best lessons. And if you can do all that, you'll make it to morning break. You are good enough. Now go in and have some fun.